thank you so much for joining us today. More from the Lovelady Center. This is Real Talk with Miss Brenda, and that's who I am. And today with us, last week, my daughter, who is executive director now of the center, was with us. And today, I am so excited. I've never been able to really get her on camera before. This is Tiffany. Tiffany was one of the very first women, well, it all depends on who you ask, her or Shay, and since Shay is deceased, we won't be asking her. So she is the first woman that came to the Lovelady house.
Yes.
It was a Lovelady hallway house at the time, and we'll talk about that later. Now, Tiffany, how did you get here? Talk to me about that.
Ooh.
She's a crybaby, I'll tell you.
Want me to start from the beginning, or when I got to the center?
No,
or?
just you had a bad life. It's good
Oh,
enough.
yes. I had a rough childhood. I grew up.
Tiffany, you tell what you want to tell.
Okay.
Just tell what you give a.
Well, at a young age, I started selling drugs, doing drugs. I was abused as a child, and I got wild. I started having sex when I was 12. Got pregnant when I was 13. Had my first child when I was 14. Not after a year later, I had another child. I just got on drugs. I thought sex was love, and just my mom always worked all the time, and I got on drugs bad, and
I warned y'all, this is real talk.
Went to jail, in and out of jail several times. Went to prison twice, and on my second time going to prison, I just got tired. I just like, Lord, I need help. I need something more. And I got out, and Shay also came with me at Life Tech. Then we got out the Life Tech, and we came to your house. And now I know it was ordained by God now looking back, but it's just.
What did you think when you got to the house? Why did they send you?
I should have known it was God or something bigger than myself, because first of all, 7 women agreed to go to this to your halfway house. They asked us, they said, do you want to go to this other program? And they said, or you can go to this lady starting her halfway house. And it's at her house. And we all agreed. Okay, we'll go to the house and try it. And
y'all never agreed.
Usually you don't get women to agree to anything. Not like that. And we all agreed, and we was going up the hill. I still remember some like, what in the world is going on here? And I remember meeting you, sitting down, talking to you. And I remember you talking to us individually, and you asked us all, I know you asked me, did I believe in God? And at first I thought you was kind of crazy, and then I realized you was crazy for the Lord. Thank God for that. So.
Yeah, divide and conquer is what they call that. I was so afraid of what I had done, got myself into. I put them all in a different room.
Mm-hmm. And then we got to pick out our own rooms, and it was so nice. I'm like, what? I mean, it was just.
God doesn't do
like
anything
kids.
halfway, lady.
We were like kids.
And so then what happened?
We went shopping.
They had $100 to spend at Walmart, and you would have thought it was $1 million. How long had you been in and out of prisons and juvies and that kind of thing?
Ever since I was 17. And I think that was 20 years ago. I was 20, I think it was like 25 or 26 when I came to the house.
So about 8 or 9 years you had been in and out of prison and all.
Yes, ma'am.
How bad was that?
It was horrible. It's not a life to live. I know that, I just remember at the end, before I got locked up this last time, that I was crying, and I knew I needed some help, because I was getting high, and I cried to God, just like cry out to him, like, Lord, I'm tired of doing this. I can't, and the way he, looking back on my life, how he I mean, how he healed, delivered me from that. Because I remember I was the first relapse at your house. Well, I was the second relapse, but I was the first one that relapsed and stayed. And it was, I won't never forget. I knew that was my last time getting high. I felt so bad. Like, I can't explain it. And I never felt that bad about anything in my life. And I remember when I went back, I just felt just ashamed, just bad that I hurt people that loved me, and I had people that really loved me, and I just, that was it.
Well, were you afraid?
Yeah, I was afraid because I had 20 years over my head, and then I was scared. I was afraid that y'all probably just thought I was a lost cause, or, that I don't know. I was afraid though.
Well, I do know after you relapsed that first time, I had to beg for them to let you stay. They were going to put you back. And I also know that a year or two later, took you to court. Jeff did.
Oh yeah,
And everybody at court was talking about how bad you were.
they knew me.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about just how bad you
So you back, Tiffany?
Are you back, Tiffany? You coming back? And she said,
No, I'm coming in and going right back out. Yeah, I remember that. I think I scared poor Jeff because he didn't know what to think. He done put his house up. He done put y'all's house up for me. And I'm like, Lord, I can't let these people down. I got to go to court, It just, I've never had anybody do that for me. And it was a
Excuse me.
blessing.
y'all were going to have to wait a minute.
Drink.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't even worry about that, because we can completely edit this out.
Do you have something in
Yeah,
your
this-
cup?
It's not a problem, like,
I know he's
it'll
stuck.
be easily edited out. So just take your time if you wanna get up, take a deep breath, no big deal, y'all are doing great. I mean, this
Try not
is-
to be so nervous and trying to.
I'm not nervous. I just,
You got a tickle.
You just got a tickle in your throat, yeah.
I just want to make sure I don't get ahead of myself because I know I got so
what the
many
problem
stuff
is.
I want to say. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
when I get hot, I cough.
yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. You can't get a fan on or not?
Give me a piece of paper. Let me. Here, yeah.
You need a paper towel?
Hey, Miss Brenda, my second show, I had a coughing spell on my second show too. Sure did. But they were able to edit it out, so.
I'm not worried. I know he could. I don't want to waste people's time.
No, no, you don't.
Fan it out. Just fan it out.
Work it
Y'all
out,
both
Jesus.
look great.
Tell you, it's a blessing coming out of all this.
Y'all both look good. I'm
Thank
just gonna situate that just a little.
What was the last
I
thing
don't
I
want it.
asked you?
I don't want to get ahead of myself because I get so excited. So you have to.
We're gonna turn the air on for just a second to get it cool.
What's the last thing you asked me? We was talking about me going to prison. You getting me out of
Yeah, and putting the house up and
Yeah.
everything like that.
and Jeff taking me to jail and letting me out.
Okay, I'm ready.
You are? Do you want me to give you another peppermint just in case?
You're better.
Work it out, Jesus.
Your daughter-in-law's gonna eat them all because he's my favorite. We'll just set some right there.
She got her candy stash. I better not chew none right now. I be smacking on her.
Okay, SpongeBob. No.
Yeah. I'm used to the
Okay.
name now. I kind of like it.
Ready? Okay, Tiffany, tell me, let's go back a little bit. Tell me exactly what prison was like. So many of us have, I want to know, is it as bad as I've heard in Alabama?
It can be.
Tutwiler is known to be the worst women's prison in the United States. As a matter of fact, it was in the top 10 for all prisons, including men. There's no air condition.
No.
Man, I think about that on a day like this.
Ooh. You right.
No wonder y'all get in bad moods.
It's like that, but also it's like me when I went in. Plus, I was already scared and I was young. I just stayed to myself, and it's easily to get caught up in the crowds and the people that's doing this and doing that. But I stayed to myself, and usually they say people when they go get locked up, they want to get close to God. Well, I was one of those people, and I did. I tried to stay in my word and stuff. But it's easier to get caught up into that.
Well, if you were in your word and all, how did you keep relapsing and going back? That's what I don't understand.
I don't either. I don't think I was ever serious, like really, really serious as I am now about being in a relationship with Christ. And I think that's what it was.
It took you forever to get it.
It did. But I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, you got it, but it did take a while. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think of Shay?
I love Shay. Shay is like, to me, I believe she was like an angel, my angel. Because when
When you first came, she wasn't your angel.
No, me and her used to fight all the time, fuss now. But I know she loved me because, like, she'll get on to me. Like, when I do something crazy, like in Life Tech, I relapse. I haven't told nobody about this. But I came back, and Shay knew something was wrong with me, and I did not ever tell her. And she was like, I know, she came to me one day, we was by ourselves, and she said, Tiffany, she said, I know what you did. And I'm like, how she know what I did? And I'm like, huh? And she said, I know what you did. She said, if you go back home, I'm telling on you. I said, well, I ain't going back home no more. And I didn't until I went to your house. But she always told me about myself, whether I liked it or not. She didn't sugarcoat nothing with me.
She was a real talker, too.
Yeah, and I love her for that. I loved her for that. I really did.
Okay, so, but when you came, I was so blown away by not what you knew, but what you did not know. You did not know how to live.
To be honest with you, the only thing I knew how to do was...
Don't say it.
Yeah. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't.
You didn't, when I tell you this woman did not know how to boil water, she did not know how to boil water. I'll never forget the first time I was getting everybody settled with what they were going to each do. Mm-hmm. And I did not have a clue what Tiffany needed to do. And I said, Lord, I don't understand this. What is she going to do? And I kept thinking that. I watched her play with my youngest son, Hunter. He was just a little boy then, and he was, 4? And I said, I watched her play with him, and I thought, maybe she could watch him while we do other stuff. And I was going to talk to her, and I said, Tiffany, put some water on. We're going to make some tea. And she stood there for a while, and I thought, she's not even going to do what I ask. I said, Tiffany, put some water on and make tea. And she said, I don't understand what you mean. I said, we're going to boil water. And you said, in what? And I said, in a pot. And I'm telling y'all, that is who God sent that day.
I know. I thank God for y'all had patience with us.
I didn't have that much patience.
You had enough.
I had enough not to strangle you, but she was, and I would ask her to do something, and instead of saying, I don't know how to do it, she'd start crying I don't know how to do that. Are you going to send me back? No. You know, one day she kept coming to me, and I had taken her and Hunter to Chuck E. Cheese. And so Tiffany came to me, and she says, I think he wants to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I said, did he tell you that? She said, yes. I said, okay. So we went to Chuck E. Cheese. And Hunter was kind of sitting over there with me for a little while, and she was tearing Chuck E. Cheese up. So we went back home. And so 2 days later, I said, what's going on? She said, I think Hunter's wanting to go back to Chuck E. Cheese. I said, you can get off of this. I said, it's not Hunter wanting to go to Chuck E. Cheese. It's you wanting to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Yes, ma'am, I do. And I said, okay, we'll go. Later on, another day, she broke her foot jumping on the trampoline at the movie. She had never had a childhood. So you got to meet people where they are.
Yep.
And I'm so glad we were able to give you a good childhood.
To this day, I love playing with kids. I don't know why. I just love children. They tell you the truth, you know. They don't sugarcoat nothing either. I love hanging with kids. I don't know why. I just do.
Well, you hung out with plenty of adults too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So one time, this is in the book too, what happened is I said, do y'all want to go to a Mexican restaurant to eat? Tiffany was there on this one. And Jeff said, what are we going to do? And I said, we're going to take these women to a Mexican restaurant because it's the ones that didn't have anywhere to go on pass. And Tiffany did not have anywhere to go on pass. Matter of fact, out of 7, 6 didn't.
There was a few of
So
us.
off we went to the Mexican restaurant. So I sent them all up to get dressed, and they all came down the stairs looking presentable. And Tiffany came down the stairs. Who are you and what are you wearing that for? You know, I said, Hunter loved flashy things and stuff like that. And I heard him say, you look simply gorgeous, Tiffany. And Tiffany came down those stairs. I said, Tiffany, get back upstairs and put on just regular kind of clothes. I mean, she was fixed up for the night. I said, no, thank you. And so Jeff was already nervous. So you remember this? So we get out of this restaurant.
Oh, I remember.
Okay, now I'm going to let you take it from there. Well, first of all, we get there and they sit us in the middle on a Friday night. So the place was packed and we had the big table in the center.
Yep, I remember that.
And I was sitting next to Jeff on one side and Hunter on the other. I was going to control them. And I told everybody, you know. First thing I did is I said, we're all going to order different things so y'all can try it, because not one of them had been to a Mexican restaurant. Not one. I was in way over my head at this. And so we're sitting there. Now you tell them.
All I remember was they was running back and forth, and next thing I know, I seen something on fire, looked like it was smoking, and I said, fire, and I don't remember what happened after that. I just know I was scared.
You know how in Mexican restaurants they tend to hurry? He came and he had fajitas. He was carrying fajitas.
I don't know, it was smoking.
And they all dove under the table. Jeff was saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? I said, Jeff, they're under the table. Just leave me alone. Let me see what's going on. And Hunter just was under the table too. He thought it was great. And I said, get up from here, Hunter. Everybody get up. What are you doing? And Shay was bold enough, and she said, Tiffany said there was a fire. Yeah, I said, there is no fire. He's carrying a hot plate.
They was running so fast, I thought it was a fire for real.
It was terrible. And so I said, okay, I'm really going to have to go to the drawing board on this one. And so I knew the only way Tiffany was going to get any kind of freedom, she had to face that past. And I'm going to tell you, wherever you are today, you're going to have to face your past and come to grips with it. Jesus forgives us, but we have to repent and we have to turn from our old ways.
Right.
And it takes some of us a little longer. It took me a long time. It took Tiffany a little while too. But, you know, compared to where you had been, had a rough life.
He put a awesome person in my path, though, to look up to, a leader, a legend, and that's you. After just watching
Oh,
you,
my goodness, I'm a legend.
you are a legend.
No, I'm not a legend.
Yes, you are. You don't
All
know it
I
yet,
am is
but
a
you are.
slave to Jesus.
Well, that's all right. You're a legend too, and he said we are legends. We are. I'm telling
Okay,
you.
so tell me now, God has brought you so far. Tell me some things that got you, that brought you, that was instrumental in changing your life. Think.
I just got tired of the simple ways I was living. Just you got to love one and hate the other, you know. And when I asked God to come into my heart, I just got tired. I got tired of just going through the rejection, just pain, hurt, just people using me, and just a lot of things. And I remember I just cried out to him and said, Lord, come into my heart and use me. Just using me. I said, I done let man use me up. I done let drugs use me up. I done let everything I could possibly think of use me up. I said, and Lord, why not try you? You know, he
Did
done.
having a family help?
Yes, and praying. I remember all of us, and that touched me to this day. We all, when we stayed at your house, we all went to church together, and we all prayed together. And that touched me. That's something I never done as a family before, and that, like,
I have
really
found that
touched me.
most of the women that come through the center now, even today, in the beginning, we only took women from that had been to prison into the center. It's a process how we got to where we are. But in the beginning, only if someone had been to prison, and pretty soon, you know, in the courts, the girls would tell the judge, well, just go ahead and send me to prison, because they were trying to get to the Lovelady and we wouldn't take them. So we ended up taking women that have not been in prison, that are on drugs and other things. But when Tiffany came, it was only women who had done serious time in prison. But Tiffany never had a chance, never had a real opportunity. Pregnant at 13, working the streets since 12. You know, I think about my own childhood,
I know.
and I think about Tiffany's, and I think about what Jesus had done for me, and I knew he wanted to do it for Tiffany.
I was so grateful because my youngest daughter's 14 now, and I just look at her sometime and be like, Lord, thank you. I'm just grateful because at her age, I was out having sex. I'm talking about not just, I'm talking about I was out there.
Yeah, okay.
And so, you know, and I just thank God that it didn't, you know, that I'm hoping I'm breaking generational curses, and
You
I
are.
believe I am. And I thank God for that.
Where would you sleep at nighttime?
I slept most of the time at home, but sometimes I'd be like, my mama didn't even know I was gone half the time. I just walk the streets or sleep with men. You know, I really thought sex was love. I thought I could get a man to love me by sleeping with me. I was that messed up in the head. And it's crazy. It really is.
Well,
But I wanted that much attention, you know.
I know that Tiffany's mother was. When did your mother die? A few years ago.
18, I think, or
2000,
17.
around the same time Shay
Yes.
died. Tiffany, I talked to her mom, and her mom came to peace. Tiffany came to peace, and I know her mom wanted to do better at the time, but it just goes on and on and on. This generational thing is a real thing. The child is abused, so they know abuse. That's all they know. Tiffany's abuse was more sexual abuse than anything else.
Yeah, and then also, and it's good to tell people when you're going through that too. Also, have somebody that you can trust to talk to, because I'm just now letting it. When I came to your house, not 10 years ago, when you wrote your first book, that's when we first started talking about it, and that's the first time I really got it out. And come to find out, it was happening to my brother as well, and I didn't know. And if I would have told something, I could have stopped that. That's why it's always good to tell someone if you're being abused or something. And I understand it's a scary thing.
It takes so long. And in the beginning, I guess because I'm an open book, I thought everybody would just tell me. That is not how it is with most of my women. I'm writing another book now, and I tell stories in the book, story after story. And I was talking to one of the people that's going to be featured in the another book, and I thought I knew her inside out. And I started talking to her, and I'm like, who is this? Who is this? It was that way with you. I can't begin to tell you how many times I thought we were at the end of your story.
And I had a lot of hidden secrets, and them secret sins, I remember you used to say they'll get you, and they will.
Yeah, it kept coming and coming and coming. So, if you are listening today and you're talking to somebody, just main thing sometimes is just to ask a question and be quiet and let them answer it and let God lead you. There was so much shame in you, shame and guilt. I mean, you felt guilt because you couldn't do water. You felt guilt because you didn't know how to make a bed. You felt guilt about even eating at the table with everybody.
I feel guilty about standing up for myself. That's why I was like, Lord, I know I need you in every area of my life, because when I say a hot
You
mess,
had no boundaries, no boundaries.
none.
No, it was.
I can literally say I was a hot mess. I can say that.
Okay, talk about where you are with Jesus now.
I'm finding my confidence through him, my identity. I don't let the lies that the enemy tell me. I find myself getting better and stronger, and now I'm kind of perceiving what God is doing now, and what He's trying to show me and get me to see and stuff. Just a lot of different things.
What about all those children you had? You had 3 little girls.
4 girls.
4 girls. Well, I'm not talking about Kamisha.
Oh.
You had 3 girls.
Yes, I'm telling you, God is so good. When I got saved, not only is He saved me, but He's saving my kids. And the work he's doing through them. I mean, as I'm watching them, they talk, and I'm like, who is that child? You know, and how he's restoring my family. It look a little messy right now, but I know God is working it out for our good. I know He's restoring us. I
There was
really
a
believe
lot of
that.
forgiveness that had to come there.
Yes, and it ain't been easy, and I'm a runner. You know, I run from problems. So now I'm learning. Now I'm having to face them head on, and it ain't been easy, but I know I ain't by myself. You know, so hey,
I'm with you every day. And Jesus is with. I turn you. You're.
thank God for that.
Yeah, but thank God for Jesus.
Thank God for Jesus for
I'm
sure.
telling you, He's done a work in you.
Yeah.
And you know, it's she's at the house and she has on that old timey spiritual.
Oh yeah.
She loves that stuff, and I'm like, okay, Lord, we can do it. We can do it. You know.
Well, I listen to rap. I know a lot of people don't like rap Christian music, but I used to listen to a lot of rap. So I stopped listening to rap and all that kind of music. I just listen to Christian music now. So I do listen to rap Christian music every now and then, like if I want to clean to get motivated or something like that to keep me going. But yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's something that I love so much about Tiffany. It's that you're childlike. And, you know, Jesus tells us to become like a little child to inherit the kingdom of God. And I mean, you love everybody. I don't care. We can say something about, somebody can say something about somebody that might not reflect a good thing. And Tiffany will quickly find something good to say. And that touches me so much.
And I know it's all God because the storms I've been through and the pain that I've endured and stuff, and to still want to love and believe and hope that there's still love and still want to love is all God. It ain't. I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm telling you, I don't have nothing to do with it.
Okay, well, if you had to say one thing to one of the new women that come in the center right this minute, let's pretend you're standing at the door and you're coming in and you haven't been there before. What would this new Tiffany say to her? What could I say to her to make a big difference?
First of all, I will let them know when I came, I wasn't really trying to get to know God. I was trying to really
Get out of trouble.
that too, and my goal was to stay off drugs because I knew I still wanted to get high, and I kept getting high, kept having problem with getting high, and my main focus was just getting off drugs, getting my kids back. God wasn't nowhere in it, and God was the only thing I needed, you know, over everything. Just trust Him and be about His business, and He'll be about mine. And I'd say take advantage of all the opportunities. If God bless you to put people in your life to teach you about Him and just to better yourself, take advantage of it. And also get your relationship with Christ. Ain't nothing. I mean, read the word for yourself. Call on God yourself. Stay faithful. Don't never give up. I don't care what it look like. I always call on Him, no matter what. I don't care if you're mad, angry, sad. Just keep calling on Him. And if somebody bless you enough to want to take time out to teach you about God and teach you how to better yourself and be productive, take advantage of it.
You get mad at me a lot.
Yeah.
I knew she did. Okay, y'all. We got to go, but this is in this big book of the artist pictures of us. This one right here is Tiffany. Read her story more. She's got long hair then, and she might have it tomorrow, but today is short. Okay, we love y'all, and thank you so much for
bless
being
you.
with us today.